Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lesson 1 of English. Today we will be doing the listen and talk part of Lesson 1 in English, okay? So today, the key expression that we will use is what do you usually do, okay? What do you usually do? So, the first thing that we will do is we will do A, listen and number, okay? Listen and number. So, what I will do is I will play a quick dialogue and it will help you answer the question, okay? So, here we have a big picture, okay? A big picture. And in this picture, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different free time activity posters, okay? 10 different free time activity posters. So, the first one is of Sherlock Holmes. This is a Sherlock Holmes book. The second one is of baking cookies, okay? Free time activity, baking cookies. The third one is for movies. The fourth one is for TV. The fifth one is for dance. This one is for taking pictures. This one is for computer games. This one is for badminton. This one is for rock music. And this one is for baduk, okay? So, what I will do is I will play 4 short dialogues, okay? 4 short dialogues. In these dialogues, 4 boys will tell you what their favorite free time activity is, okay? They will tell you what their favorite free time activity is. So listen to these short dialogues and then put the number of the dialogue in the box that you think is correct, okay? Put the number of the dialogue in the box that you think is correct, okay? Okay, so listen to the first dialogue and then tell me the answer.
1.
Ha-Jun, what do you usually do in your free time?
I like playing games with my dad.
What kind of games do you play?
I usually play Baduk.
Okay, so for the first dialogue, Hajun said that he liked to play video games with his dad, okay? He said that he liked to play games with his dad. Did he say he likes to play computer games? No. Did he say he liked to play a game of badminton? No. He said that he liked to play a game of Baduk with his father, okay? So the first dialogue is for the Baduk free time activity, okay? So now let's listen to the second dialogue.
2.
Hey, Eric, what do you usually do in your free time?
I go to the library and read books.
What kind of books do you read?
I like reading detective stories. I really like Sherlock Holmes stories.
Okay, so for the second dialogue, the boy said that he liked going to the library. He said that he liked reading books, okay? But what kind of books did he say that he liked? He said that he really liked listening and reading Sherlock Holmes books, okay? So number 2 goes right here for the Sherlock Holmes books. He said that he liked to read Sherlock Holmes. Okay, so now let's listen to the third dialogue.
3.
Seho, what do you do in your free time?
I listen to music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Rock music.
Okay, so for the third dialogue, Seho said that he liked listening to music. But what kind of music does Seho like to listen to? He likes to listen to rock music, okay? Seho likes rock music. So, number 3 goes in rock music, okay? So now there's only one more dialogue, and I think you know the answer to this one. But let us listen anyway.
4.
Chris, what do you do when you have free time?
I make cookies. I enjoy baking.
What kind of cookies do you make?
I usually make strawberry cookies. I love strawberries.
Okay, so for the last dialogue, Chris said that he loved to bake cookies. He said that his favorite thing to do is to bake cookies. What does he usually do? He bakes strawberry cookies, okay? Strawberry cookies are his favorite. So, number 4 goes right here, baking cookies, okay? So, number 1, Baduk. Number 2, Sherlock Holmes. Number 3, rock music. And number 4, baking cookies. Okay? Okay, so now let's move on to letter 4. Okay, let's move on to letter 4 now. Okay, B, look and talk. Okay, so for this one, you need a partner, but I know you don't have a partner right now. So, what we will do is we will just practice the dialogues, okay? We will just practice the dialogues. I will say it to you, okay? So, the first one we'll do is for Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Gina, what do you usually do in your free time? I usually read books. What kind of books do you read? I read detective stories, okay? Sherlock Holmes is a detective. His books are detective stories, okay? So now let's do the rock music one. Minji, what do you usually do in your free time? I usually listen to music. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to classical music, okay? Not rock music, classical music. Okay, now we'll do one more. We'll do computer games, okay? So for the last dialogue, Jinho, what do you usually do in your free time? I usually play computer games. What kind of computer games do you play? I play adventure games, okay? So this is a very good dialogue to have in a test, okay? So make sure that you practice this dialogue. Make sure that you practice this dialogue, okay? So now let's move on to letter C. So we are back to this picture, okay? And in this picture, we have Andy and we have Subin, okay? Andy and Subin. I want you to guess what the speakers are talking about, okay? What are Andy and what are Subin talking about? Well, as a hint, they are talking about this, okay? Andy and Subin are talking about their free time activities. Andy and Subin are talking about their free time activities, okay? The answer is right here. They're talking about their free time activities, okay? So now let's move on with letter C. Okay, so now what I will do is I will play a dialogue for you guys, and you have to tell me whether these two statements are true or false, okay? So statement 1, sentence 1. Andy is on the school's badminton team. Andy is on the school's badminton team. You have to tell me if that is true or if that is false, okay? Number 2, Subin and Andy are going to see a movie this weekend. Subin and Andy are going to see a movie this weekend, okay? So, listen to the dialogue and tell me if this is true or false, okay? Listen, listen.
Subin, what do you usually do in your free time?
I exercise outside.
What kind of exercise do you do?
I play badminton with my brother. I'm on the school's badminton team. What do you usually do in your free time, Andy?
I like watching movies.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies. They're fun.
Oh, I sometimes watch action movies too. Why don't we go see an action movie this weekend?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, let's listen one more time, okay? Let's listen to this dialogue one more time.
Subin, what do you usually do in your free time?
I exercise outside.
What kind of exercise do you do?
I play badminton with my brother. I'm on the school's badminton team. What do you usually do in your free time, Andy?
I like watching movies.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies. They're fun.
Oh, I sometimes watch action movies too. Why don't we go see an action movie this weekend?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so for the first one, for the first sentence, Andy is on the school's badminton team. Is that true or is that false? Is it true or is it false? The answer to this one is false, okay? Andy is not on the school's badminton team. Subin is on the school's badminton team, okay? So this one is false. Andy is not on the team. Subin is, okay? So for number two, Subin and Andy are going to see a movie this weekend. Is this true or is this false? Is this true or is this false? Well, the answer to this is true. Subin and Andy are going to see a movie this weekend. They said that they are going to see an action movie, okay? So number one is false. Number two is true, okay? So let's move on. Okay, so for this part of the question, I will play the same dialogue again, and then you have to fill in the blanks based on that dialogue, okay? So let's look at the questions here. What do you usually do in your free time? I usually something outside, okay? And then for Andy, what do you usually do in your free time? I like something, okay? And then the second question is, what kind of something do you something? I something with my brother. I like something movies, okay? So let's listen to the dialogue and fill in the blanks, okay? So listen carefully.
Subin, what do you usually do in your free time?
I exercise outside.
What kind of exercise do you do?
I play badminton with my brother. I'm on the school's badminton team. What do you usually do in your free time, Andy?
I like watching movies.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies. They're fun.
Oh, I sometimes watch action movies too. Why don't we go see an action movie this weekend?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so now let's see what the answers are for Subin, okay? Subin said, I usually what outside? Subin said, I usually exercise outside, okay? She exercises outside. And what kind of something does she do? She said, I play badminton with my brother, okay? So the answers for Subin are, I usually exercise outside and I play badminton with my brother, okay? So for Andy, what does he usually do in his free time? Well, let's see what the answer is. Andy said that he likes watching movies, okay? He said, I like watching movies. And what kind of movies does he like to watch? He likes to watch action movies, okay? He said, I like action movies, okay? So, those are the answers for this one, for Subin and for Andy. So let's move on. Okay, here we have a little video of that dialogue. So now what I will do is I will just play you this video, okay? So watch the video.
Subin, what do you usually do in your free time?
I exercise outside.
What kind of exercise do you do?
I play badminton with my brother. I'm on the school's badminton team. What do you usually do in your free time, Andy?
I like watching movies.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like action movies. They're fun.
Oh, I sometimes watch action movies too. Why don't we go see an action movie this weekend?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so that was the video for the dialogue. So now let's move on to the last part of this lesson. So for part D, this is something that you can do on your own. You are supposed to make a 1-minute speech, and you're supposed to introduce your free time activities to the class. But since you are at home, I will just say this girl's speech, okay? And you can make your own speech at home. And maybe you can say it to your parents or something like that. Okay? So this girl is saying, hello, I'm Sujin. In my free time, I usually listen to music. I especially like listening to rap music. My favorite rap singer is DJ Star. Okay? So, if you have time, then you should make a 1-minute speech at home and maybe say it to your parents, okay? Next time, we will continue with lesson 1, okay? So, best of luck, and I will see you in the classroom, okay? Bye-bye.